How's everybody doing? Are you excited this morning to be here? Amen. Give God some praise because we made it. I had a very hard time getting here, so I'm excited about what God is going to do. Because the enemy gives me trouble. He gives me trouble. When God is about to get some glory, the enemy gives me trouble. Tries to distract me, tries to draw my attention to worldly things. So I'm glad I made it here, and I'm glad you're here in the house too. Amen? Amen. I'm excited. I'm just excited to be here again. This is the third year. I was like, Lord, they want me to come back. So I'm excited. Thank you so much. I do want to say a couple of things before I get started. I love this church. I love my sister. Last year was my second time here, but last year was the first time I got the chance to bring my mother with me. She doesn't get to come with me often, and she got an opportunity to come on the retreat last year. And First Community, you treated my mother like she was your mother. And I thank you for that. I thank you for loving on my mom. I thank you for loving on my mom so much that she fell in love with you and then went on a mission trip with you. Thank you for taking my mother with you on a mission trip. And so then they loved on her there, and they took care of my mother. And I thought it was just such a blessing, but then she ended up in the room with Tia. Maybe they trying to get my mom. But that was a blessing for me too, because she treated her like her own. So I want to thank you so much for caring for my mom and just extending that love to her. She still talks about you today. The ladies who went to my mother's house to visit, are you anybody here from that group? They're not here. They even had some of the ladies from the retreat went to visit my mom at her house. So I'm just blessed, and I thank you. That's the love of Christ that she was just speaking of in Colossians. That's the love of Christ that we shed abroad. So I thank you for that. Y'all ready? Yeah. I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's go. Would you join me? Let's do this. If you would turn in your program book. I always push my little habits off on people. I'm just a note taker, so if you would look in the program book, there's a handout that has fill in the blanks. So as we go along through the message, we'll fill in the blanks. And we're in the first session. And let me go ahead, while we're here, let me go ahead and correct my errors. I didn't have Diana with me to prove my work, so I have a couple of errors. And I just want to go ahead and correct us, so once we start to flow, we can just go ahead and do that. If you would go to the session 3. The title says The Dangerous Place Called Despair Part 2, but that really is Part 3. So just turn that 2 into a 3. Everybody see where I am? Yeah. That's in session 3. But in the title, I put, that's from copying and pasting. So, change that Part 2 to Part 3. And then over in the message for tomorrow, session 4. Any Sunday school teacher would kill me for spelling Zechariah's name wrong. It should be Z-E-C-H-A-R, and I'm a Sunday school director. Zechariah spelled his name name wrong. It's Zecharia. So on number one, those 3 bullets, I spelled his name wrong 3 times. All right. So now we can go back to the message.
This one.
We can spend the half, 20 agenda.